Welcome back to AJ's Builds.
If you had one shot.
In this upload, I'll be demonstrating how to wet sand and buff a vehicle after paint. So I am wet sanding the BMW with a 2000 grit wet sand paper. When I'm wet sanding, I like to use the palm of my hand, not my fingers, to prevent any scratches put into the paint when wet sanding. So as you can see, I'm putting most of the pressure on the palm of my hand. Also, I try to stay away from edges as much as possible, and any body lines I also try to avoid because those parts of the surface are easier to burn through. So now that I have the whole surface wet sanded, I then go back and nib sand any dirt or imperfections that I notice in the paint. So the buffer is set at about 2200 RPM, and I'm using a liquid ice rubbing compound. I'm using a back and forth motion with the buffer angled slightly up on one side to avoid the buffer from jumping back and forth. The pad that I'm using is a wool pad. And that is how to wet sand and buff your vehicle after paint.
I'm only